Okay, so Gaffer, it's another trip away from home and unfortunately another defeat. How did you initially react to today's game?
I think I'm disappointed in the manner of it. I think there was a lack of discipline with the sending off, and it's hard enough as it is with coming away from home with 11 players, and when you get a key incident like that, I expected Bevis to be able to deal with it a lot better than what he did. He'll have to learn from this, and he'll have to learn hard. But having said that, I felt there was large periods of the game which we was always in it up until that sending off. Another bit of discipline with 28 seconds into the game, a set play where a player's not picking up when he's been given his role and responsibility. So I've had two lads in the dressing room apologise, and they got to grow up quick.
When you fall behind after 30 seconds, you must have been pleased with how the team responded though, because for the remainder of that first half it was Yeovil who had the better of the play and had the remainder of the chances. Yeah,
they did respond well, and I thought, as I said to you before, up until the sending off, we was always in the game with opportunities that we are having. Having said that, could we have been a little bit more clinical in the final third? But I think that's been the same in the majority of games that we've played in. And I've learned a lot from the team, certainly over the last month, and it's important I support them. I stay strong as a manager because, again, that's my heaviest defeat. It's not easy, but it's something that I was expecting that it was going to happen with the consequences of going down to 10 men. It's up to me now to regroup, keep the boys focused, stay strong, and make sure that we're ready to go again on Tuesday.
And when you've got a squad which has got quite a lot of young, inexperienced players, I suppose there's always going to be moments like we saw with Bevis today where discipline and individual mistakes will happen.
I think when you're up against those sort of players, clever players, there was large periods of the game where they were going down with injuries, and they break up the pattern of the play, and you have to make sure that you don't get frustrated and make sure that discipline don't cost the rest of the players. So it's disappointing, but we have to make sure we move on and move on quick.
Obviously, a game comes quickly on Tuesday in the Checkatrade Trophy, and that game will be looking for a positive response this time at home.
I think it's going to give other players an opportunity now to show me what they can do, because I've been very fair with the group that I've been fielding every week. I've been disappointed that I've had an unsettled back four, which is not easy at times, and obviously it makes it even more difficult now someone's got sent off. But players have said there, take responsibility of your own games and make sure that you produce on Tuesday.
The old cliche goes, if you're creating chances then eventually wins will come, so I suppose for you obviously performances have been good. Despite the defeats in the league, the performances have been good from the team.
Yeah, I think even in the first half there, when you look at the overall performances, but what I can't have is I'd rather have a bad performance and not have players with lack of discipline that cost and let the team, the club, the supporters down. It's up to them to take responsibility. We talked about our line and a fine line between winning and losing, and making sure they do everything right to take that responsibility, and that's what's disappointed me more than anything. There's like one or two that have lacked a little bit of discipline that's cost the team today.
And I suppose your message to supporters really would be to stick by this bunch of players, because they are young, they will make these mistakes, but the quality there is there on the pitch to see that it will come good.
Well, with the social media nowadays, I said expect people to be abusive, and that's not good enough, because a lot of these players spend a lot of times on their fans nowadays. I think it's the way of the modern world, and they'll have to take that flack. I said psychologically would have been a big game today. If you come out of this with a result, people think you've had a great start. The defeat that we've had, people can perceive it as if we've had a bad start and we're going to be fighting relegation like the last 3 years. So I explained all that to them, and they'll have to make sure that they take responsibility between now and Saturday to make sure that they show me a reaction, a winning reaction, what winners do.